Hi everyone. Are you ready for today's exciting lesson? Isn't that a nice and colorful picture on your screen? So today what we're going to do is the story of Johnny Head in Air by Heinrich Hoffmann, a summary of that poem. If you have not understood the poem well, then this is going to help you. Please also go through the previous video that I made in which I have read, explained, and recited the poem for you. You might find that useful as well. And then come back to this one. I have also done the questions and answers that are at the end of the poem. So do go through that video as well. Today, let's go through a quick summary of the poem, just a gist of it, to give you a brief idea of what it is about. So Johnny was walking to school and he had this rule that he should always look at the sky and he admired the clouds as they floated by. But what he did not do was he did not look down when he walked. He did not watch where he was going. And as a result of it, things happened. What were those things that happened? We will find out as we go through the poem. So Johnny walked around like that, looking at the sky instead of looking at the ground. And everyone who saw him, they always called out, "Look at little Johnny there, little Johnny head in air." Why head in air? Because his head was always up looking at the sky, head in air. Then suddenly, as he was walking, there came a little dog in his way. Now, Johnny did not see the dog because he was looking up at the sky. So people who were close by, they called out and they said, "Johnny, be careful, the dog is close to you." But Johnny did not hear them. He was so engrossed in looking at the sky and watching the clouds. So he bumped into that little dog and the dog and Johnny fell down. There was a huge thump. Now, there was another incident when Johnny was walking beside a river, and it was a deep river. He was walking by and again, not looking where he was going. He was looking at the sky instead, because the sky seemed so much more interesting than the ground. There was a lovely sun over there winking at him. Can you see? There were clouds in the sky and the sun was playing hide and seek with the clouds. The clouds were covering the sun and then the sun was peeping out of the clouds. And apart from that, there were these little swallows, these birds in the sky, and the birds were having a contest to see who could fly fastest. So all that was so interesting. Johnny just had to watch it. He could not look down and see where he was going, even though he was at the edge of the bank of the river, and the river was very deep. Now, in that river, there were some fish, and even they were shocked to see that Johnny was behaving so irresponsibly. He was walking along the bank of the river, not looking down. They thought they knew what was going to happen next, and they were right. What happened next? Johnny was in the river. That's what happens to people who don't watch where they're going, isn't it? They fall, they hurt themselves. So Johnny landed in the river. And there he was trying to swim and trying to get out of it. But it was a very deep river. And look at the fish. They were so upset with Johnny that they wagged their tails and they swam away. And Johnny lay there on his face. He had a nice red writing case with him. That also became wet. But lucky for him, there were two strong men who were passing that way. They heard him and they came to rescue him with sticks. You can see the sticks there in their hands. So they put the sticks in the water. They asked Johnny to hold the stick and they pulled him out of the river. And when Johnny came out of the river, oh, he was feeling so cold. He was freezing because the water was so cold and he was drenched. He was completely wet. And those fish who had swum away, they came back and they looked at Johnny and they were so happy. They were having fun at his cost. They laughed and they teased him and they said, "Silly little Johnny, look, you have lost your writing book." And that's the end of the poem. I hope you found the lesson useful. Did you? All right, we'll meet again very soon. Until then, do take care of yourselves and bye.